Okay, I've had some questions about should I change gains for different concentrations of my analysis. And what that question really was about was different concentrations of components within the same run. And you can do that on a SETX, 85, 75, on up to the 90s and 100s models. They have a PMT Gain program. So if you have a very high concentration of product that you have to inject and you want to keep it on scale, and you need to be on scale at, gain 8, but you have a impurity that comes out 6 minutes out, and it's a very tiny peak, and it's hard to get your LOD or your LOQ levels, the 10:1 and 3:1 ratios. You can program the PMT to run at gain 8 for the first peak to keep it on scale, then switch the gain to gain 12 automatically before the second peak comes out, and then that peak will have a very large response. Except you'll know the first peak was done at gain 8, the second peak was done at gain 12, so when you get your peak report, you just divide your peak areas by 4 times to normalize your areas to each other. And in one run, get relative concentrations and meet your LODs and LOQs with one run, with very different concentrations. So in order to see an excipient or an impurity or an instability molecule, a lot of clients have to inject a very high concentration of product to get a detectable impurity. But then they end up saturating the detector, or they can't quantitate the peak of interest relative to the product, and they want to know the relative percentage. So in order to get this peak to the LOD or LOQ level, you go off scale for the first part. But to keep the first part on scale and then get the second part boosted up, you can do that with PMT Gain Programming. That's a high-level thing. I have done it for about 4 clients in the whole country. It is done. It can be done. It is doable, but very few people have done it.